Right then, Manchester United have beaten Nottingham Forest in the first leg of the League Cup final and pretty much booked our way into Wembley. Goals from Marcus Rashford, Wout Weghorst, and then we saw it off with Bruno Fernandes scoring one right at the death of the game. We got a nice little cameo from Garnacho, nice little cameo from Palestri. Not sure we saw enough from Palestri to start demanding that he starts games, but enough that we go, okay, well, I think he's earned 10-15 minutes here. Nice to see Casemiro back in the mixer. And I would have to say, over the course of the 90 minutes, Forest put us under a lot of pressure. Now, Forest attacking numbers, and that's why they're vulnerable to being hit on the counter themselves. And a lot of our goals and chances kind of came from them being very effective on the counter. And when they get forward, they push forward a lot of players. And when they're pushing forward a lot of players, makes them dangerous. And obviously we was going to have a high line, and sometimes you get caught going in behind that as well. The goal that they scored, I mean, it was offside, but we got away with that one there because it was poor defending from United. You leave 2 against 2. Someone pushed up too far. No one got +1. And as soon as, I can't remember who it was for them that got onto the ball, turned, it was 3v2. And you're supposed to be +1. +1 is you've got one more defender than they've got attackers. If you're man for man, 1-1, 3-3, whatever it is, that's still not good enough. You've got to have that extra man because then someone can dive in, miss, make a mistake, and you've still got enough men to cover. You can't do that when you're not +1. And 3v2 scenario training that you'd expect them that they're doing at least weekly in training, where they're trying to find decision-making and practice decision-making. And you're going to concede goals every single time you do that. Now, United got fortunate because it was offside, millimetres offside, but you got caught out there, and that's the sort of thing that you've got to watch for. Now, you don't concede that if you've got the correct amount of people back. They went a bit direct, but you knew they were going to go direct, especially with Surridge playing. That's literally his game. I thought Weghorst was pretty good again. He was getting fouled a hell of a lot in the build-up of stuff. And I noticed how physical and handsy Forest was getting on Weghorst. And I found that one quite interesting to watch, actually, to see exactly how much they were getting handsy with him and how much they were trying to slow him down like that. We spoke about this in the preview, but I think it's worth talking about again in that I said I wouldn't be surprised, went through my 11, I said I wouldn't be surprised if it's not Martinez and Lindelof. And I thought if you saw Maguire, it was going to be political reasons that Maguire's in there. This is Maguire's true level. Behind Martinez, behind Varane, behind Lindelof, behind Shaw. 5th choice at best. And Lindelof sort of grew into the game a little bit, but you got to think he hasn't played for a long time. And he's up against the Forest team at home. It's a semi-final. It's a big game, and he's been given the nod in it. And like we said, it's a Forest side that gets forward with numbers, and I thought those numbers that they were pushing forward put us under a little bit of pressure early doors. And I'm not going to say he didn't cope with that because that wouldn't be true, but he grew into the game and looked better as the game went on, I thought. Eriksen, I enjoy watching Eriksen. He's just such a clever player, constantly scanning, constantly just before the ball comes to him, just has a quick look at somewhere. And there was so many times I noticed as the ball is coming to him, has a quick little glance and goes, actually, yeah, I'm going to send it there. And that's how good players get time on the ball. That's how good players don't get caught out when they're in possession. That's how good players literally create time and space out of nothing. And he was doing that quite effectively, I thought. So, good shift there from Eriksen. Marcus Rashford's goal, if you put that head-to-head with Ryan Giggs's, it's not quite on the level of Ryan Giggs's, I guess, but it's a cup semi-final. We're playing in white. He's took it from the halfway line. He's jinked in between 2 defenders like that. He's hit it. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper doesn't dive out the way David Seaman does. If he'd have put it in the roof of the net, it wouldn't have been far off it, would it? But what a goal from Marcus Rashford. Really interesting that he hit it with his left. Marcus doesn't really do anything with his left foot whatsoever, so nice to see him trying something new there and it coming off in a way where he scored a goal. 10 goals in 10 games since the World Cup. That's unbelievable form, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable form from Marcus Rashford. Loving seeing the way he's playing, the confidence he's playing with at the moment. Absolutely fantastic. Absolute joy to watch Marcus playing football at the moment. Antony, I saw a lot of people giving him shtick, or stick even, shtick, on Twitter. I mean, that might just be Twitter. But I thought there was a lot of real good flashes. He was getting into some great positions. There was a shot he had early doors, which was millimetres away from going in. And then they seemed to get progressively worse. But he was getting into some good positions and he was having shots. And I think that's a real positive thing. It was an open game, so I think it suited him a little bit more. I'm not sure he's quite figured out how to play against low blocks yet. And this game did suit him. And on another day, he comes away with a goal. So, pretty good overall performance. And I would say fair play to Ten Hag. Job well done. He rotated a little bit. Not extensively, but rotated a little bit. And I wouldn't even say got away with it. I would say got the job done. United have gone to a difficult place, the City ground there. And what we've done is we've gone and put 3 goals away. And can you see United losing 4-0 at home at Old Trafford? Because I can't. And I would say United would be able now to rotate fairly heavily, sit back in the second leg of the semi-final and just let the game eke its way out and know that we've booked our place for Wembley. After Newcastle got their noses in front against Southampton, very much looks like it's going to be Newcastle that we're playing. I think we're going to have a very real chance. I wouldn't say it's definitely going to be United's trophy. Newcastle obviously doing well in the league this year, but I think it's a game that United would have to say, yeah, we back ourselves to go and win that. If we can get a good side out, I think United can absolutely go and win this trophy. So, very positive step towards Erik ten Hag's first trophy as a United manager. And as we mentioned, Wout Weghorst not going to be coming here and scoring a goal a game. His hold-up play, his link-up play, his pressing from the front, his leadership in those areas, his ability to be a focal point, that's what he's there for. And if he can chip in with like 1 goal every 3 games, I think that'd be happy days. Just so happens to be the 3rd game of him, and he scored a goal. That'll do for me. That will absolutely do for me. Now the focus switches to Reading, which will be tricky in a different way because the expectation is United steamroll them and get into the next round. And I think we do probably get into the next round, but I don't think it's a steamroller in. Everybody raises their game when they come to Old Trafford. Magic of the Cup, all that sort of stuff. I expect a tricky game, but a game that's absolutely winnable if United don't completely balls it up. We have got 122 games coming up in the next month, it feels like. So now it's just about making sure that we're managing that. The players need to be honest with the gaffer and say, you know what, I ain't 100% today. It ain't worth the risk. It's a mad run-in that we've got. If you ain't feeling it, you need to sit it out. And we need to start utilising some of those backup and squad players. But either way, great performance from United tonight. Professional performance. Got the job done. Pretty much booked our tickets now for Wembley. In fact, I'm going to actually try and book my tickets for Wembley. Travel and hotel at least. And there we go. I think we've got our first cup final under Erik ten Hag. Let's have it.